Today is February 7th. It is my favorite day of the week. Happy hump day. Again,
Hump
shout out
day.
to the Geico commercial. We looked it up recently. It was 12 years ago. Think of that commercial every Wednesday of my life. It's a camel walking around an office saying happy hump day to everyone on a Wednesday.
You could also say it's a Wednesday, W-I-N. We're all about winners here. At least we're going to do one winner, one disaster of the day, one hot pick. So Luke, let's get into it. A few different disasters I've seen out there. So I honestly don't know which one you're going to be talking about today. So tell me, what is our disaster of the day?
Disaster of the day, impossibly couched as a winner of the day, depending on your take of the saga, is in fact WeWork. Your OTC bankrupt ticker is WEWKQ. It's a mouthful. WEWKQ. You know, when you see the Q on the end of the symbol, it's not a good sign. WeWork, as you may remember, 4 years ago, Adam Neumann, founder, CEO of the company, was ousted amid a crazy amount of long-term debt stacked on the leases. They were highly critical of the leases that WeWork had taken on. You then have COVID. You have the company go public about 2 years ago. I believe that was in 2022 when markets were still somewhat hot. And eventually WeWork has fallen into bankruptcy. Here's the twist, okay? Adam Neumann is back. Fresh reports suggesting that he is back looking to take over the company. You got an Elon Musk angle. Elon Musk's lawyer supposedly helping Adam Neumann to go and buy back WeWork out of bankruptcy. You got a Dan Loeb angle of supposedly Neumann talked to Third Point about putting together financing for the deal. AB, what's your take on this one?
I mean, look, WeWork, I think it was a good idea before COVID kind of ruined everything for Neumann. I mean, why go to a WeWork when you can just...
Well, no, he ruined it for himself. He was out 4 years ago. I mean, pre-COVID.
Yeah. But I'm saying the business model, I think, was a sound business model. And then
until COVID,
and then it kind of killed the business. And there's probably still something there. The idea of a co-op workspace as work becomes, more flexible. People can work from wherever. Like, I think there's going to be someone that does something in that space. But to me, I'm probably out on this. Anytime, like you said, there's a Q next to the name. I had a bunch of friends that went in and bought Bed Bath & Beyond when it was BBVYQ. Didn't work out for them, so for that reason, I'm out.
As CJ Rice asking in the chat, no Snap is our disaster of the day. It was the runner-up. It was almost Snap today. It was almost a hot pick. I sort of like the action on Snap to the upside.
Yeah,
stock is cheap.
So Snap is not going to be one of our stocks today, but we should talk about it for a few minutes. So that it's down 35% today after disappointing revenue numbers. So the Snapchat story to me reminds me of Facebook right after Facebook went public. So after Facebook went public, I think it was around like $40 a share or something, crashed down to maybe, $18, $17, went down more than 50% because despite strong usership from Facebook, it was not monetizing its user base well. So the advertising revenue wasn't good. Over time, the company got better at it and started making money. A lot of people have been expecting Snapchat to be able to monetize its user base, but it hasn't quite yet.
Yeah. It's been public for quite a while. You don't remember, Snap was one of the hot 2021 stocks.
Oh, it got up to like $80.
It got up to like $80. Today we're trading at 11. I sort of like Snap too.
And this is why I hate analysts, is because like when Snap was on the upswing during COVID, you had multiple price targets from like big banks, serious analysts, Morgan Stanley saying, oh yeah, this is a $95 stock. This is a $100 stock. And then it goes down to 20. And then they're like, oh yeah, our price target's 10. And you're like, all right, what are we doing here?
Yeah. I will say this too. I unloaded Facebook yesterday, Meta. Biggest single stock position I'd ever put on. Grew to the biggest single stock position of about 150%. We called it twice on this show. It had a run, makes me nervous after such a big run when you have a day like yesterday where the market's up and you have stocks like Meta and Netflix that are down. So I did bomb out of Meta, and maybe Snap is where I deploy some capital next.
Meta is up 3.5% today, we should mention. So maybe not great timing on the trade there. But hey, I mean, you might get a chance to buy some Meta back here at a lower price in the next couple of weeks. We will see. But Luke, let's get into our wild winner of the day.
All right. Wild winner of the day. everyone's favorite meme stock. It never unmemed, I would say. The believers have been true believers. Palantir, ticker PLTR. Again, Palantir, ticker PLTR, up 7% today. What we can say about Palantir after this quarter is that the earnings are very real. The company is very real. There's so much speculation about that over the past couple of years. There's no room left for any sort of naysayers. Company announced GAAP EPS of 4 cents. Okay. That is GAAP EPS. Adjusted EPS, you have to be skeptical of. You can call it fake earnings. There's tons of funky stuff that you can do at the bottom of the income statement to prop up an adjusted EPS. But GAAP EPS of 4 cents, revenue growth 9% on a quarter-over-quarter basis, 32% increase in their private sector customers as opposed to just 11% in government. Because there was that question too about can it go leave government, get to private sector. And the company is going to put up $800 million of cash flow in 2024. For those reasons, Palantir is your wild winner of the day.
Boom, baby. I'm not in this. I haven't been for a while. I just still don't really know what they do. So once I figure that out, I'll let you know if I like the story.
I haven't either. I wish I was, obviously.
Yeah. Let's make that a goal one day to figure out what Palantir actually does.
I think that's good.
That is going to be tough. You got a lot of government contracts though, so we could probably read between the lines and see what they're doing. They know what we're doing though. That's I think their whole thing. All right, Luke, let's get to our hot pick of the day. I don't think this is on the show before.
It is not. Everyone's favorite segment, Benzinga Powerball hot pick for your happy hump day today is in fact PayPal, ticker PYPL. Company is PayPal, PYPL. Nice. And I will say this is a conditional pick, okay? Conditional pick. Here's the problem with PayPal, and then we'll look to the bright side. The problem with PayPal is that we've seen revenue decrease over several quarters in a row. There is some optimism that trend could be broken by earnings today. We're watching top line only on PayPal earnings report today. We're looking at the revenue. Here's the positive side. The stock is so darn cheap. We're talking about a price to earnings ratio of 11 versus 25 in the S&P 500 average. We're talking about an EV to EBITDA of 8.5 versus an average of 12. The growth problem needs to be resolved. If that growth problem is resolved today, revenue is flat or revenue is up today, I'm telling you, hammer this one. I'm going to be getting long this one. We've got significant upside expansion again, assuming that we get the answer we want today, that the growth problem is resolved.
Yeah, that's what I love about this trade, Luke, is that you have we have a short time we don't have to wait a long time to see if our thesis is working out. We're going to know after close today, is PayPal's issue of decreasing revenue continuing, or have they put a stop to it? Has it bottomed out and maybe even started to come back a little? So I'm taking a stab on PayPal with you. And again, it's as simple as, okay, if the revenue is still decreasing, then boom, I sell, I'm out. But if it's not, then this could be a little long-term gainer, I think.
Long-term gainer.
Can I give myself some props real quick?
Yes, please do.
Okay, earlier in this show, about 8 minutes ago, when we were talking about... No, okay, yeah. Someone did ask about Baba in the chat. Can't speak for Luke. Actually, yeah, Luke and I are actually still both in Baba.
What was the question?
Still in Baba.
All right, we see yes on Palantir. Still in Baba, Luke. Yes. I'm in Baba via calls that I actually put on yesterday.
Not great timing.
I wish I put them on a week ago.
Yeah. I'm also long Baba in my Roth. It's not really working out now.
All right, look at this question, Aaron Bree. Why use PayPal when you could use Venmo or Zelle?
PayPal owns and operates Venmo.
Boom. That's a good question for you.
Yeah, and I do think that's part of my bull case on PayPal on PayPal long term is that I don't think Venmo's going anywhere. I mean, it's still the number one way my friends and I pay each other, and it's I just think PayPal, as long as they can just not have decreasing revenue, it doesn't even have to be increasing, just stay the same. And then I think you'll see the stock pop. But what I was going to give myself credit on for a second, Luke, was when we were talking about Snap stock and how it reminded me of Facebook back in the day.
Yeah.
I just checked. I was dead on with the numbers. The stock went public at $40, $38. Like I said, got down to a low of 18. Okay. And that was going off complete memory because that was the first major IPO I followed at the time in 2012.
Was it Meta one?
Well, it was Facebook at the time, but yeah, Meta.
Okay.
Yeah. And because I remember it was so talked about because it didn't go public until 2012. At that point, Facebook had been the biggest website in the world for like 5 years. And then once the stock went down 50%, like seeing how CNBC and stuff was covering it at the time, they were like, oh, is this thing going out of business? And I thought it was so funny that people were talking about it in that way. Like, this is a dead company, when everyone I knew at the time was still using Facebook and Instagram so much. And then
my favorite with the Facebook IPO is when it broke the NASDAQ.
Yeah.
That's a whole like special little docu-series for us to do.
We should do that. Yeah.
After we do, another series that we're going to do is answering the question of if ice melts faster in iced coffee or
just Mythbusters.
Yeah, Mythbusters.
All right, before we wrap up today, we are going to deliver on all our promises on the show. That's one thing that we do here at Benzinga. We do what we say. And we said we were going to give you a workout tip on top of these trade ideas. Luke, I can tell you've been using the workout tips. You look good, man.
I've been using the workout tips. You have a disaster of the day. You have a wild winner. You have a hot pick. Last but not least, it is time for our workout of the day. Today, we're going to be talking about shoulders. Want to develop that nice wide upper body. I'm telling you, shoulders are the key to tying it together. Back helps, chest helps, shoulders. I promise you, you do it, you won't regret it. You're going to take a dumbbell in each hand. All you're going to do is simply press them straight overhead. As easy as that. I had a great shoulder workout on Sunday. I actually ran into my brother at the gym, totally randomly, and we did it together. And that is your workout of the day.
Boom! Dumbbell press. Gonna get those that upper body strong, big and strong. It's February right now. You got about 3 more months till it's, swimsuit pool season. So if you haven't been in the gym, now's your time. You'll thank yourself 3 months from now. Trust me.